so a new video. What did we have last week? We of course had that move down here right into that liquidity cluster, and since then price has seen a pretty strong bounce. A lot of people probably got stopped out of their shorts here and here. Right now we are also taking the liquidity above this market structure high, so a lot of shorts have been wiped out. If we look at the broader picture, we are still in the middle of this bigger range. We are now breaking our structure back. This was our structure, and this was the high that brought us to this new low, and right now we can see that price is above that level. So I did not get into shorts here because I wanted to see clear triggers for short, and we did not yet have it. So right now my plan is to be patient for today. We have this local structure from bottom to top like this, and here made a new high, so technically this is our market structure low. So anything above here is basically a higher low for a higher high until proven otherwise. But since it's Monday, I'm also always a bit more careful, because as we know, like, just like last week, early in the week we often put in our high or low. So when you pump straight from the open on a Monday, that's always something to be a bit careful of, because it could potentially create your high for the week, or like your high tomorrow and then go lower for the rest of the week. So I'm being patient. We are in supply, but there's no trigger for me to short anything. That's also because we don't have any local market structure in here, so we can't confirm a market structure break just yet. So what I'm personally doing is that I'm waiting. I either want to see a range be formed here and then trade the liquidity grab and then short it tomorrow, or wait for a move here. Let's see if we get a range like this, and then see if we get triggers for a long or for a short. Right now, price is in the middle of nowhere for me. We are at this newly created demand, which we created here. So basically anything until here is basically a higher low for a potential higher high towards these levels. So yeah, waiting for that. We also broke our mean trend line here, which I want to be careful with shorts, because I don't like trend lines, but when they are this obvious, they can give you some extra confidence to be careful with your shorts. So yeah, plan for now is to wait. Let's see if we can form a range and then trade the distributions or the accumulations from here. Nothing to rush. There is no sign of weakness just yet. And let's see, we created our low at hour 3. So yeah, I think for today, I will not be surprised if we stay between this and then make a new high, that we have a Monday's range, Monday's high there, Monday's low here. And then later in the week, we can see if we sweep Monday's high and then take a short, or wait for something else to develop. Quickly at USDT dominance as the confluence. Last week we had that push into supply where we took the higher time frame supply. We rejected, but we still have more refined supply resting higher, which is here. If we look at the structure, we are technically still bullish because we have this uptrend from bottom to top right here. So this is our low that brought us to this high. So technically you are bullish as long as you hold here. Maybe you can SFP the low and then make your way up. And then this is an area to look for either a lower high formation, or we continue higher to mitigate that supply. For now, we are seeing some weakness. We have some local supply right here, so we can mark that out. And then locally we are seeing weakness, but as long as we hold above this low and don't strongly break below it, then this could still be just a range before testing higher levels again. So also here, we are seeing some weakness, but structure is still bullish. So I have an alert at this low and an alert here to see what's going to happen. Then we can quickly go to ETH. ETH is still in this bigger range. Here we had a local distribution, came down. We took a a lot of liquidity because we had all these lows right here. So price came into that level, took all that liquidity, and is now pushing up. Technically, the structure here is still bearish. We have this lower high, lower low. So here we could form a new lower high for a lower low to potentially trade it back to the range lows. So this is an area where I'm interested in potential shorts, but triggers need to be clean. Why do I like to look for shorts here? Because we have that downward structure. So trend is locally bearish. We have supply resting above us. So yeah, if you get your triggers here, you can look for shorts. However, I currently don't see them because we have this like local range. Today we created some demand since we pushed up. So also here I don't see any structure right here to confirm a break of structure. So what I'm personally looking at is to see if we maybe form a new range right here. And then maybe the third tap still has to come, in which we here want to see lower, mitigate this demand, then come up again, then mitigate that other more refined supply right here. And that could potentially give a short trigger. So yeah, also for ETH, staying patient, not forcing anything. We had a push up on Monday, so let's see what Monday's range will bring us. If we go to Solana, here we still have that market structure low, so here is a lot of liquidity below. I'm not sure if we took, no, we did not take this low right here, so we have some liquidity resting below, which I would like to see mitigated, and then it could give a high time frame triggers for longs. Right now we are seeing some a move up, but it's not that convincing to me. Structure here is also still bearish right here. So also here you can expect a lower high for potentially lower low from where your range starts, and then you could potentially draw your range right here. And then I would be interested in longs if we take out that range low, that liquidity, and then look for something like a deviation or an accumulation model for potential longs. I'm looking here for potential shorts as well. Let's erase this. Here we have the supply created, then an imbalance below it, and then here we have some liquidity from where we started to push down. So oftentimes this is where a lot of people have their stop losses. So I will not be surprised if we get a push up again, and then maybe tomorrow look for shorts here to potentially create that weekly high, and then be the start of the range in which we can target these lows that are building up, and then eventually this low, because I think from high time frame it would be healthy to take out that low again and then form a new range here and then push up again. So let's see if we get those triggers. For now, also not seeing anything just yet. So yeah, alerts are set above this liquidity here to see if something develops. For now, local structure is here still bullish until you break below this low. So yeah, not forcing anything. It has to be clean, otherwise yeah, you should not force any setups. Let's quickly go over the other pairs. SUI, strong bounce from the lows. Also here we have some supply above us. I'm not seeing anything just yet. We'll be interested if we retest these lows for potential long, but on the high time frame I would like to see this low be taken out and then into this high time frame level, which is a pretty important level and where, in my opinion, a lot of liquidity is resting. So I would like to see us maybe push up into supply, distribute, go lower, form a range right here, and then mitigate that demand and then push up. Something like this on the high time frame would be the most clean to me, but yeah, we not always get what we want, so let's just see. DOGE tapped into that demand we marked out, seeing a push up right now, but also here structure is still bearish, and despite Bitcoin trying to break its structure back to bullish right here, most altcoins are still in their bearish market structures, which is from here and then here. So unless we first sign of strength would be a break above here, but ultimately the structure is still bearish, so I would be careful with becoming too bullish right now. And here I've marked out a potential range in which we have our range high, range low. Here potentially you could see this as an accumulation, so we might make our way up to these highs, and then I would be interested in a potential short in this from this supply zone, and then also here target these range lows, this liquidity right here, and ultimately this low, and then this might be the start of a new range in which this is the range, and then we can look for shorts at the highs and longs at the lows. For now also, yeah, what is the Mondays range? Yeah, I would like to see a bit of a wider Mondays range so that this low likely holds, and maybe a new push up, that this becomes our Mondays high, this our Mondays low, and then just trade the Mondays range from there. Fartcoin is in a short POI for me right now. We had this market structure, bearish market structure. Right now we are testing that supply. So also here you could, based on market structure, expect a lower high for a lower low. We have a local range right here, and now are deviating that range high, but we are so far only showing strength. So what I'm looking at is maybe we come back, we extend the range to that new high, come back tomorrow for example to that high, keep all these lows intact, and then play a 1, 2, 3 break structure back in the range, and then target the lows again, plus that ultimate low right there. A bit similar play to compared to the others. So let's see what it gives. S, not that interesting, needs more time. Hype continues to be pretty strong. We are trading in this high time frame range. Around the mid range created demand, so let's see, it's showing a lot of strength. So maybe if we come back in here, create a range, maybe like a local model, and then long it up. For now, no sign of weakness yet. So looking strong. CFV not that interesting. TAO showing strength. It took this liquidity and now it's bouncing. Here we have a market structure high. It's pushing above, and while doing that we created demand. So I've alert at this demand. Let's see if we can confirm a 4-hour break of structure. And then I would be interested in potential buying a retrace, and then local trigger to long it, because on TAO we have a lot of liquidity at all those highs. So I think it can be a pretty quick move once this confirms the reversal. So let's keep an eye on that. Ripple, not that interesting. Pep also not that interesting. That's mainly the plan. So I'm mostly just waiting for confirmations, waiting for triggers. Quick look at gold. Strong in high time frame range right here. Structure is still bullish, which is this structure, our local structure. So this is an area where I'm looking for potential triggers to get into longs. Maybe if we form a local range here, we can see if we get confirmations for a potential higher low formation here to target this liquidity of that market structure high and potentially the range highs again. Break back below this demand, and then we can expect a rotation back to the range lows. But for now, over expectation is to look for a higher low, for a higher high, until proven otherwise. Then last one, Euro. Also market structure still bullish. If we keep these lows intact and from here start pushing up, I'm potentially interested in shorts from here, and otherwise I'm just gonna be patient and see if we can form, for example, a higher time frame, higher low, in which we take the liquidity here, tap into this demand zone, and then clear this imbalance right here. And if we tap into the demand, reclaim this level right here with the local break of structure, then I'm also anticipating higher prices. So let's see what comes. For now, it's Monday, so don't force anything. Yeah, that was it. If you have any questions, just let me know. Early in the week, we can expect the weekly high or weekly low, so keep an eye on that. For now, the statistics are not telling too much since it's early in the week, and yeah, for the day with pretty good lows, the highs can be taken out, but overall I'm expecting a range to be hit. If we break below this demand, then it will be pretty quick way to all these lows, and then I will not be surprised to revisit these levels again. But for now, yeah, it's pretty strong, so not the time to force anything. That was it. We see you in the next video again, and yeah, trade safe. Cheers.